In the United States of America, we celebrate Memorial Day each year on the last Monday of May. Originally created to remember the sacrifice of those who fought and gave their lives in the Civil War, this commemorative day now includes all those who never came home from any war. If you or a family member served in any military branch, thank you. Because of your sacrifice, we live in this great country. I remember Memorial Day celebrations in my hometown. They were somber occasions with bands, flags, and wreaths laid on the graves of veterans. I sensed the deep sacrifice each family made and remembered that our free lives come with a great cost. The lives of our fathers, mothers, sons, daughters, uncles, aunts, nieces and nephews, grandfathers and grandmothers. I pray we never forget the enormous gift of freedom. This Memorial Day, I'm also reflecting on the cost of recovery. When Dave revealed his porn addiction, I only wanted him to get help and stop using the porn. Pure and simple. I felt it was his problem. But you know what I soon discovered? I needed to process and heal from the evil of porn as much as he did. To win the battle, I had to face the death of the current situation. In every battle, we experience the death of one kind or another. In my recovery, I discovered that my perfect marriage didn't exist. My relationship with my husband had been built on several lies, and I could not continue my current life pattern. Something had to change. The pain of this discovery led me to face the rubble pile I stood in. I couldn't go back to the way things were. Instead, I had a choice to make, and it was one only I could make. The second decision I had to make was a decision to change. No one enters a battle on a whim. Field generals and commanders assess the situation before they design strategies. Perhaps what they've tried hasn't produced the desired results. They then course correct to gain the desired victory. When Dave and I realized our current relational path ended in this massive destructive pattern, we knew things had to change. But Dave's choice wasn't the same as mine, yet it affected me. He had to choose me in our marriage or the temptation and lure of porn. My choice was to fight for the marriage, work through pain and trust issues, or abandon it all to protect my broken heart. I could have chucked everything, citing his broken promises to me. However, God reminded me of my vows to him and to Dave. My only real choice was to believe God could work a miracle if I would trust him. It wasn't about Dave, broken promises, or my rights. When I looked at the choice I faced, I heard God ask me this question: do you believe I am big enough to get you through this pain and save your marriage? The third thing was determination to gain freedom. Several years ago, my coach challenged me to look at my pain as either chronic or acute. Every wound in my heart and mind was real. Don't get me wrong here. The deeply personal wounds from the discovery of your husband's porn addiction cut in ways nothing else will. Don't minimize this destruction. Choosing chronic pain allowed me to keep the truth hidden, to pretend that all was good in our marriage and relationship, and to delude myself that this wasn't all that bad. The alternative choice, acute pain, required I had to face this monster head on. I had to call porn what it is, destructive and dangerous. I often felt sick to my stomach at what Dave had seen. Yet this choice also forced me to face my dishonesty and self-preserving attitudes and actions. You know, it takes two to save a marriage. Well, actually 3. You and your spouse must partner with God to rebuild what porn destroys. It cannot be done with lasting results any other way. The battle to win the war against porn use and addiction within your home requires a decisive win. You can and will change your future when you choose acute pain. The Bible tells us in Romans that darkness cannot overcome the light, and there's where you find your freedom. Once you courageously reveal the story and find help and hope, Satan's whispered lies about being rejected after telling the truth lose their teeth. We risked telling someone we felt we could trust and received acceptance, love, and hope for a free future. Skirmishes continue because Satan knows your weaknesses and exploits them at every turn. Memorial Day focuses on the sacrifices and changes caused by war. Our country, the United States of America, faced a new way to live united after each war. Life didn't go back to normal. Nothing can or will, especially in the lives of the families who lost soldiers. You can't get back that time the war stole. The war impacts every aspect of our lives. The same is true in recovery from porn addiction. Life must change. How and what that looks like is up to you and your husband. During the first few years of our recovery, I couldn't imagine how God could use our failure for His purpose or honor. Yet I underestimated God's redeeming power. Each time we tell our story, each person who reads Choosing a Way Out, our book, shows how God takes our brokenness and reveals His grace, mercy, love, and restoration. So this Memorial Day, I will remember those who sacrificed their lives so I could live in this great experiment called the United States of America. This country isn't perfect and makes mistakes regularly. So do I. So does Dave. Our marriage isn't perfect, and we make mistakes regularly. However, we cling to God who redeems us. We strive for honesty and fight together like soldiers in hand-to-hand combat, protecting each other's back. And someday, perhaps, we'll understand how our failure glorifies God. If you need help in your battle, please reach out. I promise to hear your story without judgment, offer encouragement and hope, point you to the God who redeems us, and guide you toward a better future. Hop on over to KirstenDSamuel.com, click the blue button, and let's talk.